Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P0498 refers to an issue within the evaporative emission control system, specifically indicating a low voltage in the EVAP canister vent shut valve circuit. This valve is integral for controlling the flow of fuel vapors from the fuel tank to the charcoal canister to prevent them from escaping into the atmosphere. Its location is under the vehicle, near the rear fuel tank area, where it is connected to the EVAP system. The DTC is triggered when the engine control module, ECM, detects that there is insufficient voltage in this circuit. Before beginning the troubleshooting process, it is crucial to review general troubleshooting information specific to this vehicle, including any notes regarding particular models, such as those equipped with all-wheel drive AWD. The clear understanding of this code will aid in addressing the root cause of the problem effectively. The Evaporative Emission Control System, EVAP, is designed to prevent the release of fuel vapors into the atmosphere, and one of the key components in this system is the EVAP canister vent shut valve. This valve serves the critical function of sealing the EVAP system during specific engine conditions to ensure that fuel vapors are collected rather than released. The valve is typically found located under the vehicle, near the fuel tank, making it essential for maintaining the vehicle's emissions control. The DTC P0498 indicates that the ECU has identified an issue where the voltage in the circuit controlling this valve is low. It is essential to inspect both the valve and its connection to the powertrain control module, PCM, as faulty wiring or poor connections may result in dropped voltage. Understanding the positioning and purpose of this valve will simplify troubleshooting steps. There are several potential causes leading to the P0498 DTC code. One of the most common issues is poor electrical connections or loose terminals, particularly at the EVAP canister vent shut valve and the PCM. This may lead to an inadvertent loss of voltage along the circuit. Another potential cause can be a blown fuse. In this case, checking the number B30 7.5A fuse located in the underhood fuse/relay box is essential. Additionally, open or shorted wires in the wiring harness connecting the valve and the fuse to the PCM can contribute to low voltage detection. Repairing any of these issues quickly can prevent prolonged malfunctions and related vehicle performance problems. A thorough examination of each potential cause is integral to rectifying the DTC. When DTC P0498 is triggered, the most immediate symptom will typically be the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard. This warning indicates that the vehicle's computer has detected an issue that requires attention. In addition to a visible warning, the driver may also experience poor fuel economy, as the vehicle may not be functioning efficiently within its designed emissions parameters. This low voltage condition can impair the vehicle's ability to manage fuel vapors properly. Furthermore, if the vehicle undergoes an emissions test, it may fail due to the issues tied to this specific DTC, as it is directly related to emissions control functionality. Recognizing these symptoms early on can aid in timely diagnosis and resolution. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0498 involves starting with the vehicle in the on mode. This means that the vehicle's electrical systems should be activated without actually starting the engine. The next step is to utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the DTC from the vehicle's memory. Following this step, it is crucial to check again for any existing pending or confirmed DTCs with the HDS. If the P0498 DTC reappears, it confirms that the problem persists and provides direction for the next troubleshooting step. Conversely, if no issues are detected post-clearance, it may suggest an intermittent fault that will need further investigation. Utilizing the HDS effectively in this step is fundamental for accurate diagnostics. After clearing the DTC and rechecking for any issues, the next step is to confirm problem verification. To do this, the technician should access the inspection menu on the HDS and select the EVAP test option. Within this menu, the EVAP CVS on function must be performed in the single solenoid selection. Following this test, it is necessary to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs once again. If DTC P0498 is indicated again, it signifies that the failure has indeed been duplicated, guiding the technician to proceed to further diagnostic steps. Conversely, if there are no DTCs present, it may suggest an intermittent connection failure that warrants inspecting the connections and terminals around the EVAP canister vent shut valve and the PCM. The third step in diagnosing the P0498 involves thorough checking for other DTCs. Use the HDS to look for any pending or confirmed DTCs that may have been triggered alongside P0498, particularly monitoring for P01658 and P01659, which are related to the Electronic Throttle Control System, ETCS. If either of these DTCs appears, the technician needs to redirect their focus to the suggested troubleshooting for these codes, as they may indicate additional electronic control issues that could compound the situation. However, if no additional codes are found, one can move on to the next step of troubleshooting regarding potential fuse issues. Having a clear picture of all potential faults is crucial to resolving the P0498 effectively. The fourth step requires the vehicle to be powered off, ensuring safety while inspecting electrical components. The technician should check the condition of the number B30 fuse, a 7.5 ampere fuse located in the underhood fuse relay box. If this fuse is found to be blown, replacing it is the immediate action required. However, if the fuse blows repeatedly after replacement, it is essential to investigate further for underlying issues, such as a short circuit within the B30 fuse circuit. Understanding the fuse's role in protecting the electrical components in the EVAP system is essential, and proper inspection of this fuse can often resolve the P0498 DTC quickly. Step 5 involves checking for open wiring in the circuit connected to the EVAP canister vent shut valve. Begin by turning off the vehicle to ensure safety. Disconnect the 2P connector from the EVAP canister vent shut valve before turning the vehicle back to the on mode. At this point, using a multimeter, measure the voltage between the two designated test points. Test point 1, the connectors number 1, and test point 2, body ground. If battery voltage is present, this indicates that the FI sub Riley out, V shut Sol plus FI sub Riley out circuit is functioning properly, allowing the technician to progress to the next step. If there is no voltage detected, it suggests a break or an open circuit that needs to be repaired between the valve and the B30 fuse in the underhood fuse relay box. In this step, focus shifts to verifying the resistance of the EVAP canister vent shut valve. After ensuring the vehicle is in the off-lock mode, the technician must proceed to measure the resistance across the two test points at the vent shut valve side using a multimeter. Ensure that the EVAP canister vent shut valve's 2P connector is disconnected while conducting this test. The expected resistance should be between 25 to 30 ohms. If the resistance falls within this range, it confirms that the valve itself is functioning correctly, and the technician can move to the next diagnostic step. Failure to meet this resistance value indicates that the EVAP canister vent shut valve may be faulty and should be replaced to resolve the P0498 issue. The seventh step in troubleshooting involves a thorough examination for shorted wires in the circuit related to the EVAP canister vent shut valve. Ensure that the vehicle is in the off lock mode and jump the SCS line utilizing the HDS for continuity testing. This test requires the technician to disconnect the PCM connector A51P. By checking continuity between the designated test points, PCM connector A number 32 and body ground, a reading showing continuity signifies an issue with shorts between the wiring of the VSV, vent shut solid mod VSV. If continuity is present, repair of the short within this wiring is necessary. This step is crucial to ensure the integrity of the circuit and restore proper voltage readings to eliminate the P0498 DTC. In the eighth and final troubleshooting step, the technician must check for an open wire in the circuit of the VSV, vent shut solar/VSV. This requires connecting terminals A and B with a jumper wire, while ensuring the vehicle remains in the off lock mode. With the jumper wire in place, continuity between test points at the PCM connector A number 32 and body ground must be verified. If continuity is present, this indicates the wiring is intact. If it is confirmed intact, it may necessitate updating the PCM software if it's not current, or substituting it with a known good unit to further diagnose the P0498 issue. If the DTC clears post-update or substitution, the troubleshooting process concludes successfully. However, if there is no continuity, it suggests that an open exists in the wiring that must be repaired to resolve the P0498 fault. Upon completing the troubleshooting and potential repairs for DTC P0498, the last step involves verifying that repairs have been effective. Start by clearing the DTCs from the vehicle's memory using the HDS, and then recheck for any faults. Following that, it's critical to conduct a test drive under varied conditions to ensure that the EVAP system operates correctly and that the check engine light remains off. During the drive, monitor for any abnormal behaviors, such as changes in fuel economy or performance issues, which could indicate that additional diagnostics may be required. Confirming proper operational performance provides assurance that the root cause of the P0498 DTC has been adequately addressed. Preventive maintenance is essential to ensure that issues like DTC P0498 do not arise in the future. Regular inspections of the wiring and connections of the EVAP system can help catch problems before they escalate. Additionally, checking fuses regularly and replacing them as needed can prevent unintended electrical failures. Maintaining these components not only promotes better vehicle performance, but also enhances the longevity of the EVAP system. Keeping the vehicle's emission systems well maintained is vital for environmental compliance and overall vehicle efficiency. Being proactive with these maintenance tasks can save time, money, and ensure a smoother driving experience. In conclusion, addressing DTC P0498 involves a systematic approach to identify the root cause of the low voltage in the EVAP canister vent shut valve circuit. It is essential to follow the troubleshooting guide as laid out by the HDS meticulously, as this will help ensure that no steps are overlooked. Each component's functionality should be assessed, and any necessary repairs must ensure that they restore the system to its intended operational state. Additionally, verifying that the system operates correctly after repairs is a critical step to guarantee that the problem is resolved. By adhering to these protocols, technicians can effectively address the DTC P0498 and maintain vehicle emissions compliance and performance. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.